A tech-savvy rider implemented new technology to modify his 2015 GL 1800 Honda Goldwing. That Goldwing later became known as Black Flash, an extreme lighting show bike. What's going on, YouTube? This is Carnell, your tech savvy rider. Today is Saturday, I think that's the 15th. It's about 7 o'clock. I've been working on the trailer. What I'm trying to do now is I'm getting ready to install all the rolling ice lights on the trailer. But in order for me to install the lights, I had to figure out how I wanted the trailer to receive power besides the power connection coming from the trailer going to the bike, which is that connection down there. I need to be able to have let the trailer have its own separate connection. So when I connect it to the bike, if anything else I want to do back here to the trailer, say for instance, add some type of accessory that requires power, who knows, any type of additional stuff, along with the rolling eyes light sets. My main purpose was because the rolling eyes light set requires a power connection coming from the bike. I didn't want to have a connection coming straight to from the bike, coming all the way back here to the trailer as a straight line connection, and once it's connected, I can't disconnect from the trailer because it is connected to my bike. So I had to come up with a way where I can give the trailer power coming from the trailer using a quick disconnect. So when I disconnect from the trailer from the motorcycle, it still is able to I'm still able to disconnect from it, basically is what I'm trying to say. And the only thing I could come up with was I was looking at this cooler setup on how it has its own separate stand to do whatever it needs to do, and it's away from the trailer. I was like, well, what if I can get a power pack connected to the trailer, and no matter what accessory I want the trailer to have, the electrical connection would be going to the power pack. So what I came up with was a basic same type of design for the power pack that this cooler is using. So this is what I came up with. Okay, this is the power pack connection that I'm making for the trailer. It'll sit behind the cooler. It'll sit in between the cooler and the trailer itself. So once it's closed, it's waterproof. It has the same type of connection as the cooler does. It's U-bolted under the bottom, and I can stick it in between the trailer and the cooler, and the trailer will receive power from this box. Inside the box, under the bottom, I made two plastic two plates, one on the inside of the box and one on the outside, so that the box itself can be stable when it sits down on the bar using the U-bolt. So once I tighten them down, it's not moving. So that was the purpose of the two plates, one underneath the box and one inside the box. Okay, inside the box, what I did was, this is the 1000 lead connection for the rolling eyes connection. It sits off in here. The 1000 lead controller box needs a positive and a negative connection coming from the bike, which is coming from here, and it needs to be able to have the wire to vehicle kit going to the controller. So what I did was I added me a fuse block inside the box. It takes a 6 fuse, it's a 6 fuse block, so I can add 6 different devices. And then I made me a ground switch on this other side, where the negative power, or the negative cable coming from the battery, is going to this side of the box. So anything that I want to add to the trailer, no matter if it's lights or accessories, I can simply just run in a wire into the box, positive on this side, negative on this side. And since, let me close it up and I'll demonstrate how it'll look. With the U-bolts on the bottom, as it is right here, I'm not going to actually put it on because I'm still working on it, but just to give you a demonstration of what this is going to look like, it's going to sit right there, and then the power box itself has its own power connection that's coming up here, and it'll be hanging off just like the disconnect for the trailer. So once the disconnect is from the motorcycle, this is all the connections that'll be going to the motorcycle. When I disconnect from it, you got my positive, I got my negative, and I even installed a blue for a remote just in case I end up having to change out the fuse block and install a fuse block that has a remote cable to it. I can still be able to do it. So no matter if it's just a positive and negative fuse block, or a positive and negative with not remote but access cable, then I can still use that fuse block. This side is the 6-pin wire to vehicle kit that I created because I had to make my own to make it long enough. And when I disconnect from the bike, I just simply close up my cover and I'm done. Now, just like the trailer, when the trailer hooks up to the bike, it goes up to the trailer. It goes up to the bike, and the bike connection has the same thing. The bike connection has its own cover, so when I use the trailer, I pull out the connection for the trailer and connect it. Now my power pack coming from the motorcycle has the same type of connection. Pull this out, and that's my wire to vehicle kit. That's my positive, my negative, and my access. The ends over there are quick disconnects, so all I gotta do is just unscrew them. So every time I want to hook up my trailer, I gotta hook up these four cables along with the trailer cable itself, and my trailer will have full power access on its own. So that's what I'm doing there. Now I can't actually test everything until I get everything back, but I used a separate a separate battery that I'm also going to be installing back there, which is a little 12-volt battery. my little 12-volt battery here, it's also going to be inside this box, or I might have to get a bigger box. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it yet. But when the trailer is disconnected from a motorcycle, it still will have its own 12-volt battery for me to access stuff back here and still use it. So that's what I come up with for as the power pack for the trailer. And like I said, I got the whole idea from looking at the cooler accessory plate that's on the trailer, and said, well, instead of trying to cut holes in this brand new trailer, which I'm very iffy about doing in the first place, all I got to do is run my lights, put them anywhere I want, put as much as I want, up to 1,000 leads, and run the cable up underneath the trailer, bring them back to this box, which will be coming in on this whole side right here, because this is the side just strictly for the lights, which is this side here. No matter where I put lights around the trailer, all the cable connection will be going in on this side, going to the 1,000 lead controller. And I never have to bother messing up the trailer by trying to drill a hole in it anywhere or anything, because the cables are long enough for the rolling eyes, or I can make it as long as I want and simply put in a cable or put in a light anywhere and run the cable up under the vehicle, up under the trailer, and bring it all the way up to the front and connect it to the back, connect it to the box. And I never have to touch the trailer. That's the whole purpose of this. And I think it's pretty brilliant, to be honest with you, to do it this way. I ain't got to cut no holes in the trailer. I ain't got to try to find previous wiring connection holes, any of that. The box has all the power. All the lights will be going to the box. The box is a quick disconnect in front of the trailer. It'll have its own power supply, and at the same time, if once it's connected to the bike, it'll be receiving power from the bike to recharge the battery that's back here, and the power plate or the controller for the lights and the additional fuse block and negative ground wire that's in this box controls everything. I can't wait to see how this is going to turn out. Man, I love me. I just love me when I come up with some stuff that I want to try. And I'm all for this one. There's a couple of things I'm still waiting on. The rolling eyes light set is one. I have a few that came in before the trailer even arrived. I knew I had put in a special order. I'm still waiting on them. And a fuse block that I was wanting for the bike. It's due to come in around Wednesday or Thursday. So I estimate this whole project is probably going to take me about another week and a half to complete, because I am actually just waiting on parts. And once those parts come in, man, I said give me 3 days after those parts come in, and this would be complete. I'll be able to show it off, check it out, see what my brains had thought of. You can tell in my voice, I just can't wait to see how this is going to turn out. And I'm going to share it with you all once the parts come in. Other than that, hey, YouTube, that's my spiel for the day. I just wanted to share with you all my idea about this whole compartment power box for the trailer, and I never have to do anything to the trailer except just decorate my lights however I want it, and take all the cable connections, run them up under the trailer, and it's going straight to my box. So hey, that's my spiel for the day, YouTube. Y'all have a good one. GoPro, stop recording.